Trump versus Biden, 6-month travel pace and University of Alabama visit explained. Bold revelations, a closer look at presidential travel reveals surprising comparisons worth discussing. According to an analysis by the Associated Press, the travel itineraries of Donald Trump and his Democratic predecessor, Joe Biden, follow remarkably similar patterns in many ways. By July 20, at his 6-month milestone in office, President Trump will have made 49 trips covering 14 states and 7 foreign countries. This pace is very similar to that of Biden's early presidency when, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, he took 45 trips across 17 states and 3 foreign nations. But here's where it gets controversial. Trump's second-term travel, especially within the United States, appears less varied compared to his first term. For context, in 2017, between January 20 and July 20, Trump recorded 48 trips that spanned 21 states and 8 foreign countries. Additionally, his itinerary included a visit to the University of Alabama, a notable highlight. In contrast, Biden's early days in office often saw him returning home to Delaware for weekend visits, where his routine included attending church services, a departure from the golf-centric trips often associated with Trump. Biden also made a significant number of political and official visits, arguably more than his Republican successor. The White House has maintained that President Trump's effectiveness is most evident while he is at work in the Oval Office, handling phone calls, signing executive orders, and meeting with international and domestic leaders. According to official sources, Trump has hosted 25 foreign leaders, including multiple visits from Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte. He has also signed 165 executive orders and convened 6 cabinet meetings, numbers that substantially exceed Biden's early achievements. As White House spokesperson Taylor Rogers explained, Trump's travel agenda is an embodiment of his America First philosophy, meeting people where they are and representing the best interests of Americans. The spokesperson further emphasized that the president is relentlessly working from the Oval Office, across the nation, and even internationally to secure favorable agreements for the country. When on the road, President Trump typically makes his way to his own properties for weekend getaways centered around golf, especially in locations like Palm Beach, Florida, Bedminster, New Jersey, or Sterling, Virginia, conveniently near Washington's Dulles International Airport. In fact, he's made 14 trips to Florida, 13 to Virginia, and 8 to New Jersey. With the arrival of summer, his favored destinations have shifted to Bedminster or quick trips to Sterling over the traditional outing to Mar-a-Lago. On the other hand, President Biden spent a good portion of his early term heading back to Wilmington, Delaware, for weekend retreats, often combining these visits with golf sessions and regular mass attendance. Beyond these personal trips, Biden frequently traveled to highlight policy accomplishments and promote initiatives. One telling example was his visit to Smith Flooring in Chester, Pennsylvania, a small business that reportedly thrived thanks to the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package. In addition to his golf-oriented journeys, much of Trump's domestic travel, outside of resort visits, has been linked to major sporting events. His travel log includes trips to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, the Daytona 500 in Florida, UFC events in Miami and Newark, the NCAA Wrestling Championships in Philadelphia, and even the FIFA Club World Cup final in East Rutherford, New Jersey. What do you think of these travel records? Does a focus on executive work in the Oval Office trump, no pun intended, the extensive personal and policy-promoting trips of the past, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Share your perspective in the comments.